Hey everybody, I'm John. I'm the head of admissions here at Think Tank, and I'm doing my next interview as a part of our alumni celebration series. As we celebrate people who work really hard as they go through school and have landed their first gig in the industry. I'm starting my timer so I don't go over like our 10 to 15-minute range here. And my amazing guest today is the wonderful, the talented Shannon Welsh. Shannon, say hi and then tell us all about what you were doing before you came to Think Tank.
Awesome. Yeah. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here. And yeah, what I was doing before Think Tank, kind of a lot of different things. I was working in an animal hospital during the pandemic. I have an educational background in art history, and I was working, some gallery jobs, some office jobs. And yeah, that's what I was doing before I started.
What kind of art and 3D experience did you have other than the art history degree?
So I had no 3D experience prior to starting Think Tank. Yeah, I just had an art history background, so a lot of critical analysis and kind of artistic knowledge in a more traditional sense. But I think that really helped in a way of helping with my visual skills and my ability to think really deeply about especially environments and props, which is what I ended up doing for games. Really helped with visual storytelling.
So Shannon is an environment artist at a AAA game company called inXile Entertainment. I remember in our first conversation that you told me that you wanted to be a game environment artist. When did you kind of come to the idea, the realization that that was what you wanted to do? I don't want to work in art galleries anymore. I'm going to start researching schools.
Yeah, I had to do some soul searching because yeah, I worked in some galleries and then I ended up in an office job doing like some more administrative work. And I just reached a certain point where I just really realized that what I was doing just wasn't making me happy. I wasn't excited about what I was doing. Something just wasn't working. And so I really sat back and thought about, okay, like what would make me happy? What do I really want to do? And so I talked to a lot of people just in different creative fields because I knew that I wanted to do something creative and I was interested in doing something in the CG world, but I didn't really know a lot about it. So I ended up talking to a family friend who was working in the video game industry, and he was the one who told me about the different artist careers that were available in the video game industry. And he told me about Think Tank as well. And he told me about how he thought it was a really great school and how like the level of work and portfolios that were coming from the graduates was just on another level. It was really good. So yeah, it kind of started from there where once I heard the name Think Tank and I started looking into it, I just got so excited and I was comparing it to different programs at different schools, but I really liked the short, intense program because I had gone to school before, but I wanted to do something that was, I want to say short and sweet. It was intense, but I really wanted to fast track my learning. And then the courses looked awesome as well. And then, of course, I talked to you and you showed me the students' work. And I just remember being like, okay, this is it. I'm going to do this.
I remember, and you reminded me about this when we were at SIGGRAPH this past summer. You were talking about the fact that you had no 3D experience, and I remember in our first conversation recommending that you actually not do this because you had no 3D experience. And I can't remember exactly how you said it, but you're like, how much work is it going to be? And I'm like, well, students are putting in 50, 60 plus hours a week. And you just kind of looked at me and went, well, I'll just do more.
I'll just do it.
All right, then that's fantastic, great, and it's paid off, obviously, right? So you did the 64-week hybrid asset creation program. So you did 48 weeks online, and then you came on campus for your
Hmm.
final term. That was fun for me. I loved, like, I pop into the school every couple of weeks, and watching over your shoulder as you were creating your final project was like wicked. What was your experience like going through the program? Like, if you were going to
Hmm.
use a few like key words to, either scare the hell out of somebody or inspire them, what would that be?
Um, it was definitely intense, especially coming in with no 3D experience. It was a very steep learning curve. But ultimately, like it was just so exciting. It was so fun, and all the instructors were really great, and starting out online as well. I remember you had told me in our chat how Think Tank has a really great online community, which I felt that very strongly once I started. Um, so yeah, it was intense. It was a bit overwhelming at first, but ultimately it was a lot of fun. It was stressful at times, but yeah,
Okay.
definitely fun.
Okay, stressful at times. The question I ask everybody as we go through this, did you have that moment of like, I'm not good enough, I've got to quit,
Mhm.
I'm never going to be successful in this?
Yeah, I was because I had watched some of your other interviews with alumni, and I was thinking about this question and how I wanted to answer it. And honestly, I feel like my I'm not good enough moment didn't necessarily happen at Think Tank, but I feel like it happened more so before. Because I had thought about pursuing a creative career or some kind of career as an artist for a really long time. But um, yeah, like when I was graduating high school and thinking about what kind of career do I want to pursue, I felt like I just wasn't good enough to pursue some kind of artist role. Like I told myself that I wasn't good enough, I wasn't creative enough. It didn't even seem like a possibility for me. So that definitely held me back for a really long time. But it was more so when a couple of years ago I had that moment of reflection of what do I really want to do? Like something's not working. That I was really able to confront those questions and ask myself, why do I think I'm not good enough? Like, why can't I do this? What's stopping me if I, put in the work and put in the time and am really passionate about it? Like, why can't I be successful? So yeah, definitely once I was able to gain that confidence and really confront those questions and gain the like take that leap of faith because it really was a leap of faith having no experience starting it. But once I did get started, it felt like something just really clicked. And similarly to how I felt like something really wasn't working before, when I started at Think Tank, it just felt like this is working. This is what I want to be doing. This is, um, yeah, was really something that I was passionate about doing. And yeah, and it was definitely hard at times, and I had moments of imposter syndrome. But ultimately, I was just so like passionate that all those fears kind of went away.
Yeah. You know what? Thank you for answering it that way. I think, the way that I've phrased the question, a lot of people think about their time in school, and honestly, I hope people watching this interview who are thinking about pursuing a career or whatever, and regardless of it being with Think Tank or any other, there's phenomenal schools out there that aren't Think Tank. Um, Here's that though, right? Like, and I know I've kind of preached this my in 20 plus years that I've been working with students. You've got this creative inside you. Artists have that, right? I always like think of it like the alien creature, where it's like you can kind of stuff it back in and tell yourself you're not good enough, but eventually that thing's going to come out. And I hope for most people that it comes out early in their life, so they have the
Mm-hmm.
opportunity to really like pursue it and then enjoy the education and enjoy working in the career for a long time, like what you've had, right? So that's awesome. Okay, so you went through, you focused on environments for games, the mentorship at Think Tank, where students get to choose their industry mentor to work with one-on-one for their final project. You were on campus for that. Which mentor did you use? What was the experience like building that portfolio project?
Yeah. I chose Alexander Danilovak as my mentor, which was the best decision I could have made. He was, oh, oh yes, you're sharing my screen. Thought I lost you for a sec.
No, no, I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah, I chose Alex and he was so great. He's just such a a tank of knowledge. He's so knowledgeable, really supportive, gives great feedback. I feel like he really cares about his students. So, yeah, when I started mentorship, I feel like the start of it was very hard because I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself, um, because I felt the pressure of this is the piece that's going to get me my job. This is what I've been working up to throughout the program. So I really stressed myself out towards the start just because I had such a mental block of putting so much pressure on myself for this demo reel to be something that's amazing, something that I'm proud of, something that shows all my skills. But it definitely stressed me out more than I would have liked. And so I'm really grateful for the friends that I made at Think Tank, my partner, and my mentor for really being a form of support and motivation. My peers, especially, because they're going through the same thing, and we're all trying to get through it together. And yeah, the friends I made were definitely very helpful for helping me get out of my head. And once I kind of was able to realize that, you know, it is a stressful time, but if I'm putting more stress on myself, then it's not worth, the mental energy. So once I was able to kind of overcome that hurdle and really just focus on having fun, because ultimately that's, why I wanted to do this, is because
Yeah.
I love creating art, and I want it to be fun. And yeah, once I was able to overcome that mental hurdle, it went a lot more smoothly. And I was still learning so much during my mentorship. Like, I knew I would always be learning, but I kind of thought once I did the first 3 terms that, okay, now we'll just do the mentorship and just practice everything that I've learned. But there was still so much more that I was able to learn and
Yeah.
put into my reel that, yeah, this is
Yeah.
this is how it came out.
That's fantastic. So, um, you graduated in May of 2025,
Yes. Yeah.
right? Okay. And then I know you landed your first AAA job with inXile Entertainment in
Hmm.
September. And we had our little
Yes.
celebration call. Woohoo! And can you tell us how it came to be that you landed that job?
Yeah. So yeah, I technically graduated in, I think, end of May, but I continued to work on my reel for another 2 months, I believe. I believe it was 6 months total that I worked on this project.
Yep.
And then once I finished, I kept in touch with my mentor, and we had a call where he was giving me really great career advice, and providing me with different connections who I could kind of talk to. So I was doing that for a bit and kind of looking at jobs that I could apply to. And then he reached out again and just told me about an opportunity at inXile. And he was asking if I was interested. I said, absolutely. Yes, please. And yeah, so then he put my name forward, and here I am.
That's that's so awesome, and so well deserved.
Thank you.
It, I the community, the network that you build at Think Tank, like I think our count of like current industry professional faculty, like that's the thing about Think Tank, right? Like everybody who works here is to work in a studio. It's getting close to 400 or something like that right now.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
but this this story that you talk about, like my mentor recommended me, or some other supervisor that I had while I was going through Think Tank pointed me in that I've heard this before, and it's awesome.